is it okay if you pray for your team to win? Or is that considered tacky?
I always wondered that myself.
I think it would be okay.
But
you
if
can
the
pray for
other,
what you want
but
to.
if someone from the other team
Yeah.
shows up and God's like, meh.
Yeah. That's a really good question that you bring up that we'll have to think on a little bit.
But I like what they're doing, and of course,
Yeah.
football season is underway because, in my mind, fall is here.
Yeah, and the weather is agreeing with you, at least for the first couple of days this week, right? We're in the 80s out there right now. That's what we expect here in the fall. I know when you think of fall, some people think of the 70s, the 60s, but if we get into the 80s, that is fall weather in Texas, and we did just that today, 86. Started off the day, as a matter of fact, at 65 this morning. That's a very comfortable way to start the day, and as a matter of fact, about 4 degrees below our seasonal average for this date. So all great news there. Didn't get any rain. We have had rain 2 out of the last 4 days, so again, with that in mind, we're starting off September pretty strong in the rain category, and that has us about 5.5 inches above where we're supposed to be for this time of the year. Now again, I wasn't here last week for the first day of the month when we usually talk about those monthly and seasonal recaps, but here's the deal. I still want to talk about that, and I'm going to do that at 6 o'clock. So you're going to have to watch 2 newscasts if you want to see where we ended up on the top 10 list in terms of wettest summers. I'm going to have that for you at 6 o'clock. Out there right now, though, 83 in Marlin and Temple, 85 right now in Waco, so most of us still in the 80s. Did get a little bit closer to 90 down in the Brazos Valley today, but even with that, still staying below 90, that is a good thing for us here in the first and second week of September. So again, good news all around Central Texas. Really good news across the state of Texas. Clear skies, beautiful weather. I do want to show you those temperatures, though. Here you go. 83 right now up at DFW International Airport, 85 in Waco, 83 in Tyler. So 80s basically across all of Texas right now. It's because of this cold front that came through. Now, the front didn't really do much for our friends out in West Texas and out in parts of the desert Southwest. You can still see 98 out there right now in Tucson, 96 in El Paso. You can kind of see it washes out a little bit as you get closer to Big Bend there. But for most of us in Texas, again, staying in the 80s today. And I do have us in the 80s again for tomorrow. And in fact, I have a really good start for you tomorrow morning. Take a look at this. Some of us may actually see the upper 50s for your Tuesday morning. That's a full 10 degrees below our seasonal average for September 9th. The rest of us, though, staying right around 60 degrees as we wake up tomorrow morning. Not going to get close to 50, which we hit last year. That was a record, tied a record as we got down to 50 on September 9th, the morning of last year. For tomorrow afternoon, again, our average for this time of the year in the lower 90s. We should stay below that. Even though it will be a couple of degrees warmer than it was today, we'll get closer to 90. I still don't have us having those widespread 90s for your Tuesday afternoon, though. They will come back, though. Here's the thing. Of course, things always change, right? This is a transitional period in our calendar here in Texas. We're going to watch high pressure start to build back in from the west. It's going to start creeping back into Texas. As it does so, of course, that means we're going to keep those skies clear the next several days, and those temperatures will be on the rise. As a matter of fact, by Thursday, we really start to see that high pressure intensify just a little bit. And yes, that means that we will have a warming trend to contend with. But even with that, I still think it's going to be pretty okay by the end of the week. I don't have a lot of humidity in the forecast, so the numbers that you're going to see on your 7-day, pretty close to what we can actually expect it to feel like across central Texas as well. Take a look at this. How about 88 for tomorrow? Again, staying below 90. Back right up around 90 for your Wednesday. And then even with that warming trend, I only see us getting as high as about 94 by the beginning of the weekend. After that, looking at another little system that could move through, could bring our temperatures back down. And by the time we get to the early parts of next week, yeah, we could be talking about a rain chance or two, but nothing that I'm ready to put on the forecast just yet. Again, just dry. And again, it's going to feel pretty dry. We're not dealing with a lot of humidity, and temperatures staying right about where they're supposed to be for this time of the year as we get closer to the end of the week. So hey, enjoy it while it lasts. We can hit the mid-90s in the middle of September. We'll keep an eye on it the next couple of weeks. Remember to catch your forecast anytime. You can download our 6 Plus app. It's free on your smart TV.